I'm Ash from Beta Australia. This is our hard enduro rider, Ruben. And the bike he's just won the Australian Hard Enduro Championship on this year for 2023. And yeah, we just have a look at a few of the bits and pieces we do to it. So this is our 300 RR racing, and surprisingly it's relatively standard. We don't do much performance-wise. You know, most of the modifications are more aimed at protection. Obviously, it's yeah, a lot of rocks and all sorts of stuff in the hard enduro. So
yeah, these things they cop a smashing out there, and this thing's done well to get through a full season. But lucky enough to have Ash looking after it and fixing it up after each round. But yeah, protection parts play a huge role in getting through the race. And yeah.
So starting with the engine, really the engine's quite stock. Even the power valve spring, we don't go for the most aggressive power valve spring. You sort of want quite a smooth power delivery. You don't want anything too hard hitting. You know, you're fighting for traction a lot of the time. Very steep uphills.
Yeah, no, that's right. I do love the motor on these racing models. They just have the awesome torque off the bottom, and then just really crack open when you want it to. So yeah, it's not uncommon for blokes to try and detune their bikes a bit for hard enduro, but personally, I still like them to really crack when I want it to go, and yeah, I like to just modulate the clutch and just be able to hook up those hill climbs and get those instant sort of jumps to get over logs and rocks and yeah, everything. Yeah, well, one of the most, I guess, frustrating parts of setting up the bike for me is definitely getting the suspension right, because we do ask a lot from them for hard enduro, because we want it to be nice and plush in the slow, techie sections, but then we also get some faster, harder hitting stuff. So it's always a bit of a compromise, and we put a lot of time into trying to get it right, testing a lot of different settings. But yeah, working with Ash and the other boys in the workshop, and trying to get a setting that suits me. Yeah.
So Ruben's obviously, he's a big guy, so we do need to go up on spring rate, for his weight. But at the same time, we want to keep it fairly plush, especially for traction on the shock. And he does like, the fork to sort of hold up if he does hit something a bit harder, but at the same time, you don't want it too stiff to be deflecting. So yeah, there's a bit into just getting it. It's always a compromise, obviously, but yeah, we put a fair bit of testing into it, and yeah, obviously it's worked well this year. So yeah. Yeah, one thing we do on the linkage, we put the Pro Power linkage guard on, just for protection. Yeah, if you look at the bottom of it, you see it cops an absolute hammering. So yeah, it sort of saves the linkage from the big hits.
Yeah, for the hard enduro, you don't want to be getting caught up on anything, so having that guard there just allows the bike to slip over any logs or rocks that could potentially hang you up and stop you from getting up an obstacle. So yeah, it just works as a bit of a second bash plate, I guess.
So a few of the changes and additions we make to the bike. Gearing, actually, we go a bit higher on the gearing, just because a lot of it's low speed, just to get that torque.
Yeah, it just lets you be able to slow it right down when you need to. First gear, like we'll be going literally walking pace or less, hopping off rocks and full trials style sections, and then being able to pull up gears and run a bit of a high gear, lug the bike, get that motor working, and just use that lovely torque to chug up hill climbs and yeah, smooth everything out, get through the gnarly creek sections with just using less energy and letting the bike just do all the work.
All right, solid rear disc. On the hard enduro bike, more for the strength than anything. Obviously the mud as well, the mud build up, but more so it's just solid, it's sturdy. You can see how much of a hammering the disc protector takes. S3 foot pegs, just grip, just nice and sharp. AS3 billet covers, clutch cover, water pump cover, ignition cover. Again, just strong. Carbon fibre pipe guard. We've actually gone a little bit more minimalistic, then you can go obviously the full pipe protector, bash plate, pretty heavy. So we like to try and keep the weight down. AXP skid plate with the carbon guard, keeps the weight down on the bike. And
yeah, the more clearance you can get under there, the better. Because obviously you don't want to be getting hung up on things. So the AXP bash plate is really nice for just gliding over obstacles.
Up on the bars, just preference with the grips, soft half waffle rentals.
Just like the feel. I don't like a big fat grip. I like a nice little skinny grip, so that works well for me. And we also just run a bit of tape on the levers. I like the feel, especially when we do a mud race. It's nice to have that little bit extra grip on there.
AS3 slipper clamps just on the mast cylinders, just so if they take a bump they can move.
Yeah, it's sort of prefer having them over, say, wraparound style guards. Just lightens up the handlebars and everything, and I don't think I've even broken a lever all year. Like, it's good. You fall off, they can just move around and not snap a perch or a lever, and it saves having big bulky guards on it.
Radiator hose kit, just a thermostat delete. We do that on all our race bikes, just less weight and not necessary to have the thermostat.
We got to really focus on making sure the bikes run cool, because they go through some pretty harsh conditions when we're stuck up in some horrible rock gully and you're holding the bike wedged, not even moving, and you don't want it overheating. So obviously thermo fan, high flow water pump, and the thermostat delete.
Great year for us, obviously. Really stoked to win the championship. Ruben put a lot of effort in this year and really showed in the results. 3 wins and on the podium at every round. It was great to be rewarded with the championship after all the effort that everyone had put in. Yeah,
we both put a lot into it this year, myself and Beta, and we've been working at it for a couple of years. So it is very rewarding to come away with the result we were chasing at the end of the year. Bike went awesome, and I did my job, and it I wanted to get that national championship here in Australia, and I think now it's getting to the point where I would like to get overseas, and really it'll be an eye-opener for me, that's for sure, because it's only so much we got here. So it'd be cool to get over to Europe and see what it's all about over there and test myself and see how I compare to some of the top boys in the world.